My name is Karen Kumert. I'm with the Campbell County Artists Association in Campbell County, Tennessee, and we are I'm the chair of that committee. And what we wanted to do was, the Appalachian Quilt Trail is something that has intrigued the community for quite some time. And about 4 years ago, we started looking at, trying to get involved with the Appalachian Quilt Trail and find out some information. And one of the things that we discovered was that the Appalachian Quilt Trail was actually started in Ohio. And unfortunately, right now, I don't have the woman's name who, on the tip of my tongue, that started the whole process of the Appalachian Quilt Trail. But what we ended up doing was getting in touch with the RC&D from the Cumberland Mountains, and that's basically how Campbell County got involved with the Appalachian Quilt Trail. Once we found out the parameters of what was needed to put up these quilt boards, we started, getting names of people that would be interested. And Sharon Steiner, Joycelyn Griffo, and myself spent an entire Saturday, and we drove from one end of Campbell County to the other, looking at rural routes that would be intriguing for people to come and see a quilt block and also see the beauty of the area. Economically, we hope that it will help bring people here to the area and at the same time beautify our area. As we started this process, Bob and Sally Newhall were very, very prevalent as members of the teams. Bob actually builds the blocks, and then the blocks are either painted by Bob and Sally or a combination of people. As people purchase a block to put on their barn, Bob and Sally work with them to coordinate, what the area is conducive of. Whether we just recently had somebody that owned their farm was a former chicken ranch, and they actually had a quilt block that was produced that had the chickens on it. So we do work with something that's important to the family, or often an heirloom quilt that was part of the family's heritage. As you can see, these blocks that we have over here, these are quilt blocks that we've as members of the Campbell County Artists Association. They're only 4 by 4, and they're 4 foot by 4 foot. The blocks that actually go up in the barns are 4 of these put together, and they're hung on a French cleat on the building. So we actually make 4 of these make one quilt block. But these we thought would be interesting for people that didn't have a huge barn to hang them on, but maybe had a garage or a large gable or eave on their home that they could put them on. So these we're selling here to also help us continue to support the Appalachian Quilt Trail running through Campbell County, and that way we can continue to buy the materials and do the work. The $150 that we charged people or we ask people to donate the $150 technically to put a 8 by 8 foot block up on the board doesn't really even cover the total cost of the 8 foot boards.
Well, I've been noticing these when my wife and I would do a road trip, and as I told you before we started the video, she would always look at me and she said, those are pretty, wonder what they are. And I said, I don't know, but we'll find out. And I thank you very much for giving us the information.
Hey, you're very welcome. There's more. There's another quilt trail, or it's not a quilt trail, but you'll see them in a lot in Ohio and Kentucky also. But they're the symbols from the Swedish kind of a clan, and they're quite intriguing also. But thank you very much for asking.